and we're going to, I guess, learn a little bit about what the studio did, what it didn't do. But obviously, you guys probably know the studio is closed. And we basically want to learn what goes into studio closure, especially one that's somewhat high profile, where there's a lot of people's livelihoods at stake. It's not an easy position to be at the head of that type of ship, especially when you have to steer it, I think, towards a safe port, knowing that everyone has to get off at the end. So I guess the first thing I'd like to do is maybe get, in your own words, the story of Hibernum. How did it start? You guys did some amazing titles, and then things, changed a little bit. So what happened?
Yeah, for sure. I think, Hibernum is a celebration of how great the studio was and the unfortunate demise that happened this summer. Hibernum started about 8 years ago, founded by Frederic Faubert. At the beginning in Montreal, focusing on art outsourcing, Bible creation for different big studios, worked a lot with Ubisoft. I joined the studio in 2010 in April as the lead business guy and partner. We were 12 people at the time. In the span of 4 years, we grew from 12 to 150. Made mostly mobile games. At the beginning, we were Facebook games because that was really popular. We saw that switch in the trend of the Facebook games dying. So we moved away from that, started our own mobile games. Our first game was Block Delicious, which is still today probably my favorite game that we've made. Throughout the time, we signed big contracts with Lego, Cartoon Networks, Disney. We worked with Fox and with Paramount. Shipped games that got over 100 million downloads. Everything was really great for a long period of time. Then obviously the market switched on us, and a lot of things. It's called a perfect storm of unfortunate events happened to the studio in multiple ways that brought its demise. Last summer, we basically closed the studio on August 16th, and now officially the studio is bankrupt, done. I am no longer an employee of Hibernum. I am a showbar, like we say. And I mean, we have to let go 120 people, which was probably the most difficult part, the most difficult thing I've ever done in my career. So that's in really short, the story of its rise, its amazingness, and its demise.
Good story, very good story. And I guess, just to contextualize a little bit more for people, how long has it been for you since you got involved in the studio until now? Like, you get involved very, very
Actually, in 2010, yes. So involved, I left EA. I was at Electronic Arts. I was in charge of the Scrabble franchise over there, and I worked with Hibernum. They were actually a contractor that I hired to make the game. And like they say, I think it's a razor company that says I like the company so much I decided to buy part of it. So that's what I did. I finished my gig at EA and said I want to become an entrepreneur, and that's something that I always was an entrepreneur, and that's something that's really important. I mean, I never was a good employee. I sucked at it. I hated my bosses. I hated the decisions, and I always felt that if I'm going to make stupid decisions and stupid moves, might as well do it for myself. But I mean, it's true. So, I mean, I had never kept a job longer than 2 years outside of McDonald's from 15 to 19. And I mean, looking at all the jobs that I worked at, most of the time was disagreement with direction that brought me to quit and leave. So I contacted Fred, the founder of Hibernum. I told him that what he needed was biz dev to grow the studio, somebody that could come in, knows a lot of people, has a big mouth, and could get some pitches going. So that's what I did. Joined him on, which is a funny story. I quit EA on a Wednesday. On the Thursday, walking home, my God, a severe appendicitis crisis. Probably because I quit a good paying job to go to a non-paying job. I was in the hospital, got operated on, got a 2 weeks no work recommendation from my doctor. So my 2 weeks notice turned out to be me playing video games in my basement. Then I came back from an extra week at EA to actually close my things properly. And then I started Hibernum at that time. Our first pitch ever was for a Facebook game called Studio Empire. There's still a Facebook game on this page. And it was my first bath in the craziness of publishing and dealing with big studio. It was with Warner Brothers Los Angeles. And same thing, great love story at the beginning, crazy ass nightmare at the end. That game was a very, very tough ride, but we learned a lot, so that's how we started.
Interesting. And went on to have a lot of other successes.
Yes.
As a result. Now, I think that may be what is difficult for people about the situation with Hibernum is that superficially and from the outside, it looks like you were a very successful studio. Everything seemed to be going right.
Yeah.
Do you find it difficult to reconcile the success that you enjoyed with, the fact that the studio has now closed?
It's a painful adventure, right? I mean, you're at a place that everybody's looking at you and looking at Hibernum's raising money. We raised $5 million from the government. We grew from 12 to 150. A lot of people here that worked at other studios then are like, man, Hibernum stole so many employees from us. And we did, because we had to grow from 12 to 150. I remember signing our biggest contract ever was with Amazon for the Fire Phone. I don't know if one of the 7 people who bought the phone is here, but they hired us to make a game for the Fire Phone, and it was a huge contract. It was $2.5 million US, and I remember having no employees available to do this project when we signed it at all, like not one. So we started hiring people that we knew, friends, and a game designer comes in the Monday, and Amazon was arriving that Monday afternoon. And we're like assembling a fake team of employees for this project. And this game designer that I'm really good friends with, he's sitting at the table, and Amazon people comes in and everybody introduces themselves. Our technical director at the time introduced himself to the game designer thinking he was with Amazon. So that's how crazy the growth was at one point. So yes, everybody's image of Hibernum was a great place to work at, which it was. Amazing project, which they were. Problem is, if your games don't make money, if your games don't create you a baseline of revenue, you're going to be chasing money in WorkFire forever. And when you chase money for WorkFire, you're going to die because you need a baseline, and all you're doing is you're growing a bubble that's going to explode. And that's what happened to us. We were really good at getting those deals. The market changed, and it was extremely difficult to get those deals afterwards. And the biggest way to sell your studio, your person, is to say, hey, my game made $10 million. I mean, beautiful art, great animation. At the end, who cares? The tech, the code is so clean. The back end runs on a dime. Seriously, it's not even $1,000 to run that server. Who cares? The game design, the core game, best core game we've ever done. How much money did it make? If it doesn't make money, people are not going to sign deals with you. It's as simple as that. And unfortunately, we fell short. Most of our games broke even, but never a big hit. And without a big hit, you can't really thrive in this industry.
That's fair. And I guess, other than conception around making money and how sort of studios stay alive, what do you think is the biggest sort of thing that people think of when it comes to Hibernum now? Do people have a grand takeaway from the studio? Is it still the success of the titles, or is it the closure, or is it something else entirely?
I don't know. It's tough because not a lot of people tell me what they thought of Hibernum or what they think. Well, the people who do, they say nice things, right? Nobody's going to come to my face and say you suck. Unless they're really drunk. But if you ask me, the biggest takeaway of Hibernum was a studio with great ambitions that really wanted the quality of game development of Montreal to shine on the world stage. We managed to do that for a while. Great looking art, great games, great brand creator, but lacking focus. That's what I take away from Hibernum. My key learning is we were too ambitious in the growth without focusing on the sound foundation.
That's good insight, I think, from a large studio to probably an audience of people in smaller studios.
Yeah.
Presumably, there may be people in large ones here. I think the interesting thing about Hibernum in particular was you mentioned the $5 million
the most good things is you have money in your bank account all of a sudden. So simple math will quickly tell people that that's not a lot of money for a studio of 150 people. So think about this: 150 people. Let's say your average salary is $60,000 a year. That's $9 million you spend in a year on salary only, right? Then think of everything else that you have to spend. Then think about how much it costs to run Hibernum. So all of a sudden you're like, that $5 million is not that great. And when you do an investment, when you receive the money, it's not like it's a $5 million check and go deposit it in your bank account. You have to pay the company that did the deal. That's $400,000 right there. Take this money. And then you have to pay some debt, right? Because you have some debt on your bank account, and you have a credit line, and you have the debt, and then all of a sudden that's another million and a half. All of a sudden there's $2.8 million deposited in your bank account. And no, I did not buy a small island in Canary Islands. We actually put that to development of the games. Again, out of focus, we spent too much money on too many games. We should have focused on just one game. This is going to be our fucking most amazing game. Sorry, I swear a lot. This is going to be our most amazing game, and this is what we're going to put everybody that's the best at Louis-René on. And we didn't do that. We took too many risks. So that's one of the things. The good and the bad, right? Good money. The bad, raising money creates a tremendous amount of lack of focus for the studio owners. For 4 to 5 months, you do due diligence. And due diligence is providing cash flow, providing expectations of revenue, pitches, updates on clients, updates on signing new clients. It's providing, all of a sudden you have to do verified income tax returns. It's to find a way to make more money with your tax credits. It's to show that you have the proper HR. It's to sign everybody a new contract. Investissement Quebec was not going to sign Hibernum to $5 million with the employment contract that we have. They needed more clauses, especially on the ownership of IPs, of ideas that people create on their spare time. All sorts of things like that you're forced in a corner to sign to get that $5 million. So imagine this: you're running a company without the baseline, without the chance to have, let's say, $500,000 worth of revenue coming in every month without doing anything. And me, the lead biz dev guy, I'm focusing for 5 months on signing this deal and not signing new games, new contracts, new partners, publishing deals, new IPs. So all of a sudden you come out of that, you have your money, you're looking at your upcoming deal, and you don't have any. And now it's October. There's nothing happens in the video game industry as of mid-November. So you have to wait until GDC, that's 4 months. And now it becomes tough to sign new deals. And that started the wheel. And that's the one thing. The other thing, and this is my Quebec, I love these guys, they were super helpful. The problem is they're now video games people. So they could not take Hibernum and lift us up other than providing the contacts in Quebec and consulants across the world, which they did. But the video game knowledge wasn't there. So what we would have liked to have a more deeper approach within more game studios and publishers around the world, they were not as strong in that front. So always choose with whom you raise money if you have the luxury to choose.
And it's a lot of work, even though it's a lot of money here.
It's a tremendous amount of work. I mean, we canceled all our vacations. I mean, it sounds like a first world problem, but I mean, you talk from June to October. That means like all my family, my kids' vacation. I didn't go. I stayed at home and I tried to do it. That's the partners that were doing that. All our lead directors, our accountant, executive producer, lead art, lead tech. All these guys could not go on vacation because they were part of the due diligence. Also, if you don't, I mean, we are all a bit crazy, but if you're, a bit crazy and clinically insane, they have to do due diligence on your psycho evaluation. So be careful about that. Just saying. Just make sure you're sane. I don't know if you can make sure you're sane. But yeah.
Yeah, there's so much on the back end that goes into that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever sees. I know that you talked about focus, and we don't have tons of time, but I am curious. Do you feel that the mobile games market is riskier than other game markets? Like, is this a big symptom of mobile development, or is it across the entire game industry?
I would say that anybody who wants to work in the games industry is a bit nuts. It's a very difficult market, whether you're mobile, PC, social, online, AR, VR, console, all those markets are difficult. I mean, everybody on any market will give you a horror story.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the craziest, stupidest market right now is mobile. So, when we started in mobile games, we would get deals for $300,000. That was a big game. 500,000. Whoa! Magic the Gathering, the contract was $800,000 US to develop the game, and then $190,000 monthly live ops. Huge contract. We burned $400,000 on the main game because we had to add features, because the market was getting so crazy. So that was 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago. Today, if you want to compete, let's say that your goal, I want to compete in free-to-play mobile games. I want to kick ass, and I want to take on Machine Zone, King, and Supercell. That's going to cost you a minimum of $5 million to make your game before you get one penny out of it. It's got to be free-to-play, so your downloads are going to be free. So you're not going to make money first day, and it's going to cost you about $15 million worth of marketing the first month of launch, plus 80 to 70% reinvestment of your revenue on a daily basis. Currently, these games, the big ones, Candy Crush, Clash Royale, and Mobile Strike, they make about $4 million a day. They spend about $3 million a day on marketing. Just think about that. $3 million we could here live on for a year and make a game. But that's one day. So you're coming in with your little game and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna kick their ass. And then you launch it and then you have 7 installs. And you're like, what? I mean, my game is much better than Machine Zone Strike. What you don't know is that they're going everywhere. They're paying $12 or $20 per user for them to come play their game. How can you spend $20 on a user on a free-to-play game? Think about it. So, mobile game industry right now, the craziest, stupidest industry there is. Discovery is impossible. Everybody's launching a game. All the games are Me Too's. There's no discovery. There's no innovation. Almost no innovation. I'm sorry. And it's tough. And you look at the games out there. I see games every week. And look at the games. They're great. They're awesome. You're not gonna make $1. Not one.
And this is coming from someone who spent years developing these games and enjoys success. So don't know about it.
I mean, when I say we were not successful, I mean our games would generate about $800,000 a month of revenue. So, and that's considered unsuccessful. Just think about that. And that $800,000 was not in our pockets, right? There's a licensor, there's the publisher, there's Apple. Because Apple has to make 30%, right? Because don't forget, Apple does absolutely nothing. But it needs 30% of what you make, just because they don't make enough money. And so it's fair.
You have a choice. Yeah, you're playing in their field, basically. Are we good for time?
I
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I talk so much. I'm
No,
sorry.
this is every word is worth $1 million. Why we have here? So
Really? I've been paid $1 million per word? Yes! Screw you, Supercell.
Right?
Okay. We got this.
That's why I do marketing, so you can just filter it back to me as well. Absolutely. So, I mean, back to some of, I guess, the harder questions around the filter. You were the VP of a very large company. We spoke a little bit. A lot of people looking up to you, and I guess in some ways putting their trust in you. Whether they should be doing that or taking care of things on the road or not. But what did it feel like personally to share the news of the closure with your team? And I know you didn't share it with them, as soon as maybe you knew about it, but obviously you had a little time to prepare.
Yeah.
What did you kind of go through? How did it affect you?
It was the hardest professional day of my career. I mean, here's how it all happened. So we were fighting for a long time to try to survive. I mean, since May, we were trying to make it work. Everything was pointing in the direction that Hibernum was not going to make it, but we were trying and doing everything we could, try to sign deals, sell games, everything we could. We didn't let go any other team members after January because all the productions on the floor were covered. The problem is not generating revenue. They were our own production. And we knew that canceling those games would just like kill the studio anyway. So we decided on our own to burn the cash in expectation of selling or revenue. When we emptied all the bank accounts to make personal checks to people for their last paycheck, we knew it was over. The bank account was closed. Well, not closed, but they would not let us take any money out of it. So we stayed until like 2 a.m. that night writing checks for everybody's paycheck to try to cover as much as we could. And then that was on a Thursday. Then we did the plan for the weekend. We worked to prepare how we we're going to approach this. We decided we were going to do a Wednesday morning announcement, pay everybody's lunch, then spend the day together to clean up and then move. And then we organized a job fair on the Friday at the studio so that people could come in, and then the studios could come in. A lot of people who are here came to that place and hire our employees basically because we had to let them all go. The day was full of emotion. It's full of anger, sadness, frustration. I think for me, the way I saw it, when I arrived at the studio, the night before we had to tell some of our directors, and it's a human way to approach it that you're going to tell some of the people. We were hoping they wouldn't, but they did. So when I walked in the morning, all freaking nervous about what I had to do, employees were in the weird euphoria of knowing they were going to get fired that day. So they were cleaning their desks already and like wiping their computers. And I was like, they should know. And it was really painful because it felt, and it's painful because you know it hurts them. But the reaction of people, some were giddy and laughing because they're so nervous, right? So it made me really angry because I'm like, I wanted to be able to share that and talk to them. And at that time, everybody knew it, right? So then we announced it. Then that pressure came down, and then we all had lunch together. And the most difficult part is I was sitting in my office calling clients, right? You have to tell your clients all of a sudden that, hey, you know that money I asked you to send Monday? Well, I was to do my last payroll, and I'm sorry, your game is dead. So I had to do all those calls. Went well as you can expect it to go. But then all the employees were leaving, and they all came in my office, one after the other, to say goodbye and hugs. And I've never cried so much as that day. I was like, the last time I say goodbye to everybody from Hibernum was that day. And I had this habit, when I would walk in, I would do the entire tour of the studio and say hello to everybody. So I would not like, hi, how are you? Like, just yell to everybody. Or sing a song. And now I knew it was the last time, and that was really, really painful. Really painful for them. Some of them were not expecting it. Some of them, I mean, in the video games industry, you all know this, a lot of people at a certain age still live from paycheck to paycheck. They live from, I mean, I get my paycheck on the Thursday, the first of the month is the next Monday, my paycheck goes to rent. So, knowing that that would happen to a lot of them was really painful. Wish I could have done it differently. I mean, win some, you lose some. It did not happen, but yeah, most painful day of my career.
On that note.
So, thank you. No, please don't.
I think the biggest takeaway for me was focus, and I know that we are very short on time, but I would love to know if you have one piece of advice for yourself.
I mean,
all of this for yourself, not for your employees,
for me?
for you. Yeah.
You mean like what I should have done differently, or?
Yeah, or what you've learned that you're taking on with you now.
Yeah, it's all about focus and focus on the product. Make better games. It's stupid. It's so fucking stupid to say that. But I mean, we released the first Bruce Lee game. We had 4 million downloads the first weekend. I knew it was gonna fail. We made $600,000 over the span of 14 months with that game. I knew it was gonna fail. It was not gonna be enough. I knew I was gonna get a lot of downloads. The game was not ready. I absolutely had to ship on the date of Bruce Lee's birth because I wanted to have the marketing push on November 27th. So we did it. We got all the the downloads, and then you see revenue not coming in, and you're like, all right, we're fucked. Because you are. And why are you fucked? Because you didn't make the right game. Because you were not smart enough to look at your game and say, it's not ready, we're not shipping it. And the hardest decision is not to ship. But you cannot ship a game that sucks. You're not going to make money. How are you going to pay your next game? CMF? Are you going to bounce off of CMF all your life? Come on, guys, we're more ambitious than that. We're from fucking Montreal. So, I mean, yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah, that's very wise. Focus, don't ship when you're
Make better products. Don't make games for you, make games for the public. I'm sorry. You are not the public. If you like, I talked about that. If you like Victorian style survival zombie musical games,